Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you my 2021 reading goals. So for those of you who have been following my channel, you'll know that I kind of stopped posting anything on my channel. And honestly, part of the reason was I just got very stressed out at the end of the year. I was working, so it was good that I had this job, but it was sort of near constant and I just kind of ran out of energy to do anything else. And I decided that I was going to take a break for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2020. And so to be completely honest, I just kind of lost my passion for it. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this channel anymore, whether I wanted to continue it, if it was interfering, and also kind of rubbing up against the idea of what I felt I had to do to warrant having this channel, where other booktubers publish, 2 to 3 videos a week, and they have these fantastic video ideas, and they have tons of recommendation videos, and they have this and they have that, and so many vlogs. And I was starting to compare myself with other people instead of focusing on what I wanted out of this channel and what I wanted out of my videos. And so I just kind of needed to take a step back from there again and really figure out if this is something I want to continue doing and how do I want to continue doing it. And so I basically decided that I was going to use it as a way to just kind of catalog what I'm reading. I have some vlog ideas for future vlogs, but I don't know. I think it's just going to be me reading through a ton of backlist books, because there are so many series I've never had the time to read before, so many books I want to read, and I would love to have a place to catalog my reading. It's one of the reasons why I kind of am thinking of starting a Twitch channel, because I want to play through an entire video game franchise that I love, but I like having a sort of record of that. So I think reframing this channel as more of a sort of record-keeping channel of the books that I'm reading and books I want to read, series I'm working through, kind of things like that, I think has eased a lot of the pressure off of myself. I'm the only one that put that pressure on myself, but it can be difficult. And I think doing this as well will help me when I start to get incredibly busy again with work, where I don't feel the need to have to put out 2 to 3 videos a week if I don't have the time. I can do 1 video a week. I could do 3 videos a month. I can do whatever I want to. It's my channel. And I think I just needed time to kind of process that in and of myself. So if you're still watching after this, yeah, so I just wanted to kind of give a little disclaimer to kind of where I've been, and kind of why I needed to take a step back, kind of reevaluate what I wanted to do. That being said, I want to get to my 2020 reading goals. My biggest one is to focus on this channel as more of a catalog of books I'm reading. Like I said, there are a lot of series I want to read. The Witcher series, I want to read the Cosmere, I want to read some Robin Hobb. I'm working through a couple other series right now. And I think having a place to either vlog that journey or do a review at the end of the series, or a review per book, I don't really know how I'm going to do it, but I think focusing on that is going to really help me produce content that I want to actively make as well as put out there. So if there are any series that any of you are interested in reading that you might want to do a buddy read of sorts, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to do that. There's also a couple of reading vlog ideas that I have going forward. I've been really enjoying participating in Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon for the last 2 months. It's literally the only 2 books I've read so far this year, who are 1 for each of those 2 months. So I'm probably going to try to participate in that as much as I can. But that being said, I'm actually going to try to take a slight step back from readathons. Last year, I think I just got so overwhelmed with how many read-alongs and readathons and prompt-based things that I was trying to read every month that I was having 12 to 20 books on my TBRs, and I just do not have that kind of time. So as much as I'm going to take a slight step back from readathons, I will still participate in some of them. I think I'm just going to allow myself a little bit more freedom and not be so completionist about them, which is, for every readathon I participated in, I kind of made it so I had to read 1 book per prompt, even when the readathons encouraged you to read read one book and fill as many prompts as you can. And I think I just need to have a little bit more of a more grace with what I want to do. Kind of along that line of having less, participating in less readathons, I also want to have a slightly less structured TBR, which I'm hoping will leave room to incorporate more books, but have a smaller amount of required books per month. Like I said, the last few months when I was doing videos and trying to do videos, I would have so many books on my TBR that by the time I would get around to trying to read them, I would get bored and I wouldn't want to read them and I would feel very overwhelmed. And I've also really come to discover that now that I have the time and the freedom to read, I'm actually much more of a mood reader than a structured reader, which is very bizarre because I have like 3 separate to-do list journals and bullet journals, but I think it's just because for so many years I was in undergrad literature studies and I did my master's in writing, and so I think having so many years under my belt of having so many books required to read, the idea of being able to pick up any book that I'm feeling and read and just read it, it kind of feels very exciting right now. But I do want to have some sort of structure. So I have decided on 2 separate things of my reading lists going forward. So the first thing is to have a TBR jar, which is going to be filled with classics that I already own. This is only about half the classics that I have right now because I think I put like 15 in here just so I had some idea of what was going on. I basically typed them all out, printed them on like 2 columns, and cut up the first column and put them all in here. This is because I want to actually start reading through some of the classics that I have, but I don't necessarily feel like I really want to read a lot of them. So I feel like this will be a good way to incorporate kind of an element of surprise as well as structure. So kind of trying to find that middle ground for me. So every month I will pick one of the pieces of paper out of here, and this will be that will be my classic book of the month. I'm hoping that helps me read more of the books that I currently own, and so I'm not buying so many books. Last year, granted, we were in the middle of a pandemic, and what else was I going to spend my money on but like books and things to be delivered? So I did buy a lot of books that I had been wanting to read and books that I'd wanted to try and all these things. So this year I really want to try to focus on books that I already own or books I'm renting from the library or the ebooks library. So the next part of my new structured TBR is I'm going to do a tarot card pull for each month. The tarot cards are going to basically dictate my TBR. I'll pull anywhere between 3 to 5 cards depending on how I'm feeling that month, and that's going to kind of inspire my TBR. Now, there are many ways to interpret tarot cards. You can go the actual definition, you can go based on how the cards themselves look, or what I want to do is kind of try to do a little bit of both. So the tarot deck is basically made up of 2 decks, if you will, the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major arcana are the kind of named cards, you know, like Death, the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, cards like that have like an actual name. Now the minor arcana is the part of the deck that is split between 4 suits. Now for me and my reading, I've actually decided that each of the 4 suits are going to kind of coincide with a specific genre that I would like to read. So we have the swords. So the swords are going to end up being fantasy cards. So wands are going to end up being sci-fi. Pentacles are going to be contemporaries, thrillers, or mysteries. Cups are going to be romance. I read a lot of historical romance, so I wanted to make sure to include that as one of my cards. Then there's going to be a couple of the major arcana that are going to correspond with a very specific prompt for me. Judgment is going to be picking up a book I have previously set down or a book that I have DNF'd and give it another try. The Hermit just means during that month I'm going to do a 24 and 48 hour readathon for myself, which, if for those of you who don't know, that's basically pledging to read 24 hours within a 48 hour period. It ends up working out pretty well and pretty interestingly to have 24 hours dedicated to reading as much as you can. Wheel of Fortune is going to mean I can buy any book on my TBR and read it for that month. The world is a card I'd love to incorporate as a way to kind of get suggestions or recommendations from people either on my Instagram or on my YouTube channel, just kind of books that other people choose or recommend for me. Now the death card is going to mean that I can replace any card that I've pulled already. So if I pull 4 cards for a month and I get 3 wand cards and I go, I really do not feel like reading 3 sci-fi books this month. So basically then I can replace it with the death card and I can pick whatever book I want to read. It doesn't have to fit any specific prompt if I don't want to. It can be whatever book I want to read. No holds barred. So that's kind of what I'm planning to do. I'm trying to be a little bit less structured in how I'm doing things because I want to remember that this is supposed to be fun for me, and as much fun as it is to kind of come up with these video ideas, like, it is a lot of work to do them. You have to film them, you have to do all the reading, you have to then edit and publish and caption as much as you can, and it can be time consuming. So with that all being said, I am very excited to actually get back to kind of making some videos and producing some of them. I luckily have quite a few videos filmed already from back at the end of the year that I filmed, kind of a series check-in video, books I'm really excited about, 5-star predictions, 10 series I want to start, authors I've never read from, tons of different videos like that. So I'll probably be editing those and publishing those over the next couple of weeks. But then once those are kind of out, videos for me might slow down. My goal is to have at least like 4 to 5 videos a month. I feel like I can easily do 4 to 5 videos, especially if I have a TBR, a wrap up, and 2 vlogs a month. I will hit my goal, which those are the 4 types of videos I would like to do every month for sure. And then kind of add other videos in as we go. Some of the vlog things I'd like to do going forward are, I've said earlier, there's a bunch of like big sci-fi and fantasy series I'd like to read through. You know, there's a lot of Brandon Sanderson that I haven't read. I've not read any Robin Hobb. I want to read the Witcher series. The Expanse by James S.A. Corey, I think it is. I've never read their books, and I have had them as ebooks for years, and I just have never had a chance to really read them. So I want to start that series. And so I might kind of vlog my journey through some of the series. There's a bunch of young adult series that I've never ever read before, so I think it might be fun to read some of those and kind of give thoughts as, you know, 30-year-old woman. There's a couple of themed vlogs I'd like to do. There's also a whole bunch of books that I call booktube or bookstagram darlings that just everybody talks about and everybody raves about. And so I think I might do some book diaries or reading diaries on those particular books, vlog my journey through them, give thoughts as they happen, kind of thing like that. I think any vlog or diary project I do, whether it's spoilers or not, I think I'm going to do a sort of quick review after the fact, like a separate video that won't have spoilers in it, because I know some people don't like spoilers on their stuff. So I think I'll for sure have a separate review, just so people who don't care about vlogs don't have to sit through an entire vlog to get to the end. So that's kind of what I'm thinking and feeling going forward. I just wanted to kind of give a quick update before I start publishing videos that I have had. I had already filmed this type of video way back at the end of December, but I felt like it didn't fit what I was doing anymore, so I kind of wanted to come up with a new plan, a new idea, and sort of figure things out going forward. I'm very excited to start the tarot card pulls, the tarot cards for my TBR. I think that'll be really fun, and hopefully keep things just a little bit more manageable for me going forward. If there are any video ideas you guys have that you would want to see, or any particular series that you think I should read, please let me know in the comments below. If you have a list of booktube darlings that you think would be fun for me to read through, please let me know in the comments below. I love recommendations. I actually read more when people give me ideas to read, so that's great. Thank you all so much for watching and for sticking around, and I appreciate you all so much, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.